Hello and welcome to another Bloomburrow draft. I am paulcheon and today we are sitting at rank number 64. Now we just had an amazingly fun draft where we basically won every single game with Scavenger's Talent, and that was awesome. And that's the one nice thing about this format is that the existence of these talents does mean that you can sometimes draft a deck with a totally different way to win than you would in your typical draft deck. So hopefully maybe we can do something like that, or maybe something different. That last video was almost 2 hours long. Maybe we can do something aggressive, but we will see. The packs will help us dictate where we need to go. Now, before this draft starts, I did want to say that this video is brought to you by tcgplayer.com. Check out tcgplayer.com for all your TCG singles and sealed product needs. If you want to purchase anything, make sure you click on that affiliate link in the description below. Additionally, this video is brought to you by heavyplay.com. Heavyplay.com is the place to go to for all your Magic the Gathering products and accessories needs. If you need sleeves, deck boxes, playmats, dice boxes, and much more, heavyplay.com is the place to go. Heavyplay.com/paulcheon will get you 10% off your order. Additionally, they will have a presence at PAX West this upcoming weekend from August 30th through September 2nd. So make sure you check out their booth if you happen to go to PAX West. All right, what will we get in this pack? Okay, well, the first thing I see is a blue rare. As Your Beastbinder is quite nice. Now, you know that I'm generally averse to first picking blue cards. I'm more into taking a blue card when blue seems more available. So, for example, if I get picked like a 4th or 5th pick Shoreline Looter, or even this As Your Beastbinder, then that's something that I'd be looking to do. Otherwise, I do generally prefer starting things off with a different color. Taking a look at the uncommons here, we have Hop to It and Flame Cash Gecko. I really like Flame Cash Gecko in red-black. Hop to It is good in most white decks, so this is kind of the card that I'm looking at here. I do think it's significantly better than Banishing Light, and at common, we have Banishing Light, Moonrise Cleric, and Scales of Shale as options, but yeah, given everything, I think I'm just going to take Hop to It here. This is a card that's completely fine in your red-white decks, your green-white decks. Fine in most decks, so I will take it here just because I do think white is a stronger color than blue. Moving into this pack, we have a pretty clear Thoughtstalker Warlock. This is one of the best uncommons in the set. It's actually a little bit unfortunate. Downwind Ambusher is also one of the better uncommons in the set, so 2 premium cards. These are actually the 2 best cards in the pack, in my opinion. And then at green, we have a Tree Guard Duo, a Sunshower Druid, which I like more in blue-green, Scales of Shale as an excellent combat trick. This card continue to rise in my estimation of the card. I think this card is just good in any black deck. That's, well, maybe not in blue-black in particular, but in most black decks, I think this card's great. Pop Patch Formation's fine. Moonrise Cleric is also fine. If we wanted to go black-white, there's a bunch of cards here, but I do think the Warlock is the best card here. And we're not necessarily married to our first pick of Hop to It, but I'm taking the Thoughtstalker Warlock just because I think it's the best card. Look, the floor, even when you're on the draw, is a 3-mana 2/2 menace creature that nets you a card. They have to discard, but when you ever are on the play and you play this thing, it just feels so unfair. Moving into pack 3, this is a fairly weak pack. The best cards here are Longstalk Brawl and Starscape Cleric, and given that I took the Thoughtstalker Warlock, the Cleric is a nice 2-mana play to follow that up with a Thoughtstalker Warlock. If we do end up in black-white, then the Starscape Cleric is even better just because it's a bad. But noting once again that Hop to It doesn't necessarily marry us to white, but I will take the Starscape Cleric. I don't think a Luge is really a consideration. I think the 2 cards that I'm considering out of this pack are the Cleric and the Brawl, but I do think I like the Cleric more just because we haven't taken any green cards just yet. Now, this is an interesting pack. We have a Tidecaller Mentor, which is nice and decent in blue-black. Ruthless Negotiation is also fine. I do love Sonar Strike. Bonebind Orator is also a completely fine 2-mana card to play. Oftentimes, you'll have some number of self-mill, which allows you to get some extra value here with the Order. But I also really, really like Sonar Strike. And I do think it's between these two in general. I don't like Harnesser of Storms that much more. And Sonar Strike is excellent in black-white. So I'll take the Sonar Strike in case black-white does end up where we need to be. Because if it is, then I do think the Strike is an excellent, excellent card. Here, it's a pretty... I mean, there's another Sonar Strike here too, but I do think I want the Glide Dive Duo. There's also Take Out the Trash too, and a Hazel's Nocturne. But here's one thing. I do think Sonar Strike is excellent, but I do feel like my first Glide Dive Duo is very, very important. And I find that black-white typically has lots of removal, so I just want to make sure that I can pick up some of these premium creatures here in cards like the Glide Dive Duo. Moving into this pack, I do like a first copy of Hazel's Nocturne. I do think it's probably between that and maybe the Uncharted Haven. Dire Sight's just okay. There's a Pathmaker if I want it to be black-red, but let's just take Hazel's Nocturne here. We are getting a decent amount of these black cards, and yeah, black-white does seem reasonably open here. That's a 7th pick Starseer Mentor, so that's looking pretty good. Now that I do have this Glide Dive Duo and the Starseer Mentor, if given the option between another Duo and a Sonar Strike, I will definitely slam the Sonar Strike. And even when I took the Glide Dive Duo, I'm not entirely positive that Sonar Strike was the pick. But like I said before, with the black-white color configuration in particular, I just find that oftentimes I'm just a little bit flooded on spells. You have Savor, you have the Nocturnal Hunger. So Sonar Strike is good, but there's just so many other removal spells that I just would rather make sure I have the great creature. Here I'll take Scales of Shale. Happy enough playing this card. Very, very solid combat trick. And Moonrise Cleric, 10th pick. A lot of the times when we've been in black-white, it hasn't been super duper open, but this definitely seems to be the seat for us, and I'm very, very happy to pick it up. I do like a singular copy of Stargaze as a nice late game thing to do, so happy enough picking that up. So really looking for some more things to do early here because we just have the Starscape Cleric. Life Creed Duo, for example, would be a really, really welcome addition to the pile of cards that we have so far. All right, pack number 2, we have Valley Rotcaller, which is a decent 2. You drain them. It's kind of like an Agate Blade Assassin with Menace, so I think that might be something that I take. I do think the Downwind Ambusher is strong and Moonrise Cleric is strong. There's a non-zero chance that we table the Moonrise Cleric. We need 2s, so I do think it's the Valley Rotcaller here. It's like a super... Oh, let's see. Where X is the... each opponent loses X... Where X is the number of other... Oh, so it counts other bats, but... If I'm playing black-white, I'm going to have a lot of other bats. Here's a really interesting pick. Is it Life Creed Duo or Savor? I actually think it's somewhat close. What do I have as removal? A Sonar Strike, a Scales of Shale. This does seem to be a deck that's really looking to lean into the synergies. I have 4 spells already. You know, I'm actually going to take the Life Creed Duo here. I think Savor might have a slightly higher win rate. I just want more 2-mana creatures. This just goes really, really well with everything else that I'm trying to do. I already have a Starseer Mentor. Another 2-mana evasive creature is great with the Thoughtstalker Warlock. So I think it's somewhat close, but I'm going to choose to take the creature over the Savor, which I do think is really, really strong. Let me know what you think. Because, like I said, in a vacuum, Savor is a better card, but I think in particular in black-white, the Duo is very strong. Now I will take a Star Charter here, and things looking very, very nicely here for a very, very solid, Bats deck. Now we have the choice between Jolly Gerbils and a Daggerfang Duo. We don't have a ton of graveyard stuff happening right now. We do have a Hazel's Nocturne, but I think I just value having another solid 2-mana play here. So I do think I'm going to take the Jolly Gerbils. Particularly good with not Hazel's Nocturne, with Nocturnal Hunger and Crumb and Get It as ways to draw cards with this card. But we're going to take it here. There's a Baker's Bane Duo, which is good, and a Storm Chaser's Talent, but at this point, we're basically kind of locked into a nice black-white deck. Moonrise Cleric versus Glide Dive Duo. I do think it's the Moonrise Cleric. We already have 2 5s, so I will happily take Moonrise Cleric, and this deck is looking awesome. I mean, I might just cut the hop to it. I don't know. That's just crazy talk. All right, now I'm going to take the Glide Dive Duo. And this deck is looking up. Wow, a 7th pick Lunar Convocation. Do we have any ways to lose life? No, we're just going to have to pay the thing. But there, we have plenty of ways to gain life. I'm really happy we took this Life Creed Duo. And this deck is looking awesome. I'm going to take a Thornplate Intimidator here, but really unlikely for us to play it. And Moonrise Cleric tabled. This is the most open black-white has ever been. Loving it. Wow, this pack is absurd, by the way. Pick 10. Fireglass Mentor, Rush Shield Rampager, and Cindering Cutthroat. That is an amazing pack. I'll take a Ruthless Negotiation, but I don't think I'm going to play it here. I don't think I'm playing either of these cards either. That's another Stargaze. This is a little too much Dirtle here. Not sure how much I'm going to play of these cards here on the right. I like all of my creatures. Wow, we have 20 cards already. That's wild. Solid curve. One thing that we are light on here is interaction, so we'll definitely be on the lookout here for some removal in the last pack. And So we'll be looking to take it highly. Wow, what a pack here. Not for us. Look at this. Dorvault Forager, Clement, and Shoreline Looter. They're all stinky. Stinky for us. We have Worn Elder versus Shrike Force for our deck. Now, we're looking to really go into the skies, so maybe it's the Shrike Force, but Worn Elder is also a fine 2-mana play as well. You know what? I think I'm just going to lean the 2-mana card because I also have a hop to it here. And this card just a perfectly fine thing to play in the late game and just gives us another 2-mana thing. Does this count, though? It doesn't work with... Valley Rockcaller doesn't work with the Worn Elder, but hey, 5/2s is totally fine. Something that I'm totally happy playing. Wow, look at this is a Simic pack of all Simic packs. Lily Splash Mentor, Splash Lasher, and Long River Lurker here. There's a Whiskervale Forerunner, but I don't really have that many ways to target, I don't think. I have a Scales of Shale. Yeah, I just have no way to target. So for us, even though that there's a really good chance that this Moonrise Cleric is going to table, I just simply don't think the Whiskervale Forerunner is all that good in our deck anyways. So I'd rather just not take the chance that this card doesn't table, and I'm just going to take the Cleric here. Okay, what do we have? Ooh, this is really interesting. Wow, what a pack. Sonar Strike, Moonstone Harbinger, Driftgloom Coyote, and Essence Channeler. I don't actually know what to take. This pack's, I mean, I have 3 5s. I don't think I want another Driftgloom. There's a Moonstone Harbinger or an Essence Channeler. You know, I'm going to take the 2-drop. I've also never played with this card, so I'm kind of interested in playing with the Essence Channeler, so I'm going to try it. Like, when in doubt, you can't go too wrong taking a 2-mana card. I recognize that the Bat is also quite strong, but I think this card can also be really, really good. We have Life Creed Duo, Valley Rockcaller, Quad Moonrise Cleric. Like, there's just so many ways for this card to grow. Here, we will absolutely slam the Consumed by Greed. Extremely happy with that. Let me know, by the way, what you would have taken there. That was a really, really good pack. Essence Channeler, the Bat, I think were probably 2 of the stronger options. Here, I'm slamming Intrepid Rabbit. This is just a card that you're happy to play in any deck. Now I'll play in Agate Blade Assassin, but I don't think I'm going to play it, most likely. Here, I'll take Glide Dive Duo over Waxwing Witness. I just think the Glide Dive Duo is a much better card. I guess I'll take the Waxwing Witness, just because there's nothing else. We have so many playable cards. Maybe we can cut the gerbils now because we don't have any ways to gift. Well, no, I guess we have a Consumed by Greed. Here, I'll Rare Draft. Just because if it was best of 3, I would take the other thing. Splash Lasher tabled, it's alright. Blue was certainly open as well. Oh my gosh, and the Moonstone Harbinger tabled. Was Bats open? Was Bats open? I'm going to go with yes. I'm going to go with yes. What a draft. What a solid, solid deck. I could have used a little more removal, definitely. If I went back, I mean, the thing is, Life Creed Duo is so good in this deck too. So I don't even know if that's the card that I was going to end up cutting. I don't know if I should be cutting this Waxwing Witness. It seems really nice with Quad Moonrise Cleric. But we kind of got it all here. Could have used like another Sonar Strike maybe. But I've never had so many playables before. Should I just put everything in? I don't know why I do this, even though like I know I'm not going to play 90% of these cards, but whatever. Let's just try the exercise here. All right, what are we cutting here? Let's cut the Soothsayers. I just don't think this card is good in most decks. Let's cut the Intimidator. I will keep the Rabbit just because I think it's just too good of a card by itself. We have 7 cards to cut. Oh, I don't have any Self-Mill, so let's cut the Ruthless Negotiation. I probably don't need to play 2 Stargazes. The question now is, do I want to play something like a Hop to it? I think I'll cut the Assassins. I definitely need to cut... So I have like way too many creatures. Yeah, I don't think I have enough ways to gift, and I kind of like my other creatures more, I think. So we can probably cut the gerbils. This gives us 5/2s and a Sonar Strike. I think that's still enough. I'm not cutting any of my 3 mana cards. I could cut probably one of these expensive cards. Lunar Convocation draws me cards along with the Stargaze and Hazel's Nocturne. So maybe like I don't want all 3 of these. I think I'm going to cut Hazel's Nocturne. I think I like Stargaze a little bit more between the 2 of these 2 cards. And then I also have a Consumed by Greed to get something back. And then now I think it's going to be a creature. I actually... Scales of Shale, just because I feel like I need a trick. I just have very little in the form of tricks. I think I want to keep the Scales of Shale. So now it's probably between Hop to It and Waxwane Witness here. I could also just try to cut something at the top end of my curve, like maybe one Glide Dive Duo. Is that crazy? Yeah, you know, I actually do think it's going to be... Like, this card is really, really good. I really, really like it. But 4 or 5 drops plus a Stargaze is a lot. And because I'm so heavy on creatures, I think I want my first Stargaze over my third Glide Dive Duo. So this is not something that's like super intuitive for me. I think it's kind of close. I think you can make the case to cut any of these cards for any of the cards I have here, honestly. If you want a Hazel's Nocturne, that's fine. If you want to play another Stargaze, maybe. Like, there's just a lot of different options. I've never had this many options before, but I'm going to go with this to try to keep my curve a little bit lower. The combination of going Life Creep Duo into Hop to It is really nice. And Hop to It turn 3 is just really solid, right? And I randomly do have a Worn Elder, so in the late game that can also randomly go off. And if I happen to have an Essence Channeler in play, that can go off. So I'm going to try it, although noting that I don't have a bunch of Rabbit synergies to go really with the Hop to It. But it's a 3-drop, right? What if this was a Glide Dive Duo? This hand would be much, much worse. Gonna keep this here. Not that much to do early, but hopefully the Hop to It's keep us alive. We did draw the second Glide Dive Duo, and I know this is results-based thinking, but I'm happy enough with where we are at right now. Also, I totally forgot, so I'm just going to mention it right now as we play. If you've enjoyed this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, I do have a Patreon channel. Shout out to all the current patrons. The link is patreon.com/paulcheon, and access to the Patreon does give you access to my Discord channel, along with a lot of other benefits depending on the benefit tier. All right. Drawing not a whole lot here. Our opener was just Convocation Hop to a Duo, and we just drew another duo and a bunch of lands. I feel like they have something. So I don't want to triple block the Mentor and get super duper blown out, so I'm going to just try double blocking the Orator here. Okay. I need something here. All right, that's a playable Magic card. And this could definitely be an instance here. I know, the thing is, I know that it's really likely that they have something. But at the same time, I just need to play into it, is what I feel. Like, they probably have a removal spell. Sure. But this is 2 3/3 menace creatures. That is a lot of pressure. We'll play the Mentor here. It's got a little more toughness. And then next turn we can attack, and then hopefully the Glide Dive Duo triggers. Really good aggressive start here. Usually blue-black tends to be a little more on the controlling end of the spectrum. But look, if they go 2-drop, double Mentor into double removal spell, like no deck's ever beating that start. You know what I mean? Or it's really, really hard to do so. So I can't be too upset about this start. Like, it's just a really good start. GG's. I still like our deck. And this game just puts us up to 3, so that's not going to be enough. All right, yeah, I've seen enough. Thoughtstalker Warlock 2. I mean, that was just an excellent draw. 2 3/3 menace creatures, a 2-drop with multiple removal spells, and a Thoughtstalker Warlock. Like, unless I draw my best draws, like the best draws at the top of my deck's range, like, I'm not going to get there, right? Like, I need to draw the 90th percentile of my deck to match, presumably, what was the 90th percentile of their deck. All right, let's take a look at this one here. 4 lands on a draw. We have Life Creep Duo, Lunar Convocation. This Stargaze just keeps looking at us. This Stargaze, though. I still think it's fine, but I'm feeling less confident about said statement. All right, great curve here for us. Turn 2, but I mean, they have a turn 2 duo as well, but we have turn 2 Life Creep Duo into turn 3 Moonrise Cleric, which helps us with the life gain situation. It looks like a Longstock Brawl here, maybe. Never mind. Turn 4, we can play Lunar Convocation, draw a card, and make a bat, which is excellent. All right, they have a Saver. I wonder why you wait. Like, am I going to play like a 3/2 Haster? What if I have a Crumb and Get It? Just interesting. All right, cash grab. It looks like they have an oh my gosh. They have an absolute... How are we playing this in the 0-1 bracket? Oh, they didn't have a forest at least, but that is absurd. They found Innkeeper's Talent? Feel like we need to go with like a very, very aggressive start here. I don't know. I mean, I feel like drawing a card and making a bat's pretty good too, though. Like, making a bat every opportunity seems great. There's no... I don't really have that many other ways to lose life. That's the thing. We might be able to raise the Innkeeper's Talent. We'll see. I can offspring the Starscape Cleric next turn. That deals a lot of damage. I also have Hop to it to generate a bunch of chump blockers if I want. A lot of options. I can also go Moonrise Cleric. There's just so many different options, right? I can go Moonrise Cleric, Starscape Cleric as well. I can Moonrise Cleric plus make a bat. All right. Taking 3 here from Baker's Bane Duo. I don't think I'm playing the Cleric. I think I just want to play out another Moonrise Cleric here. But I'm actually just going to activate first just to see what I find. Oh, they might have a removal spell for the Cleric, though, so maybe I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, because then I don't get a bat. Yep. Yeah, that was a misstep. I should have attacked first. I mean, I think they would have cast this anyways. Then what do I do? I don't know. I feel like it's pretty important to play out the Moonrise Cleric, though. Again, they're not putting infinite pressure on us just yet. We're still okay. We're up a good number of cards. Cruel Claw's Heist. Okay. It's not too bad, honest. I guess they could take the Harbinger. If they take the Harbinger and cast it, that's very annoying. Because I can't actually attack into them. So I could see that being the case. They could also just take Stargaze and then just cast that to get a bunch of cards. I could see that being a pretty tempting option from the opposition. No, but this is a good line too. Great line. And we don't have that much removal, so... Like, we're going to take 4 here. They're going to probably put a counter on their Harbinger too. To play around Sonar Strike. What is this deck? This deck is incredible. Oh, man. Trying my best to figure out what I need to do here. I mean, it feels like it's probably just play Glide Dive Duo. I can also just play Starscape Cleric. And... You know what? Actually, I think I'm going to do that. So what this allows me to do is... because I can chump block with the bat too. What this allows me to do is find an alternate way to deal damage to my opponent, which is just gaining a bunch of life, right? Now, by playing this, next turn I can use the Glide Dive Duo, drain them for 2 plus 2, so that's 4, and then another one here. So that's going to just hit them for 5, even if I'm not able to attack with my flyers, right? So I'm going to do that here, recognizing that I still have a bat to chump block with. And then next turn on the ground, I can make a lot more chump blockers if necessary with the hop to it. I don't really care about the ward. Let's see what they do. I don't think they're going to attack with the flyer. They might want to just make their Baker's Bane Duo bigger. And I'll just block with the bat at this point. See, this is like a really odd attack. I'm happy that they're doing it. Because next turn I get to just attack for a bunch. It's like you hit me for 2. They didn't even sack their food. And then I get to... why does it... What is this deck? Anyways, they hit me for 2, and then I get to hit them for 2 and for 1, gain 1. And I get to hit them for 3 more here. I mean, they're certainly going to take the Glide Dive duo here. It's just like, no question. I'm at 6 life. 3, 4. Do I want to make a bat? That's the question. I think so. Do I Intrepid Rabbit here? Just to make put a bunch of creatures in play? I can also cast Hop to it. Let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5. It does give me a lot more blockers. So I'm going to wait on the Hop to it and have it use that as a surprise. And I'd rather just make 3 blockers here. All right. So we have 4 blockers at 5 life. This puts the most number of blockers in play. If they want to play very aggressive. Now, the thing is they're at effectively 17 life, so we do have to be careful. All right, Hivespine Wolverine is likely going to kill my Lunar Convocation, but that's okay. It's kind of done its damage, I think. I don't want to go to 3 here either. Don't think they're going to choose to attack with the Harbinger this time. That thing is staying back. All right. They're at 8 life. I can play the Rabbit next turn and attack with the Moonrise Cleric and force to trade with the Harbinger, depending on where the counter goes. Oh, the counter already went on the Warlock, huh? All right, so let's just triple block there. Well, let's see. They're at 8 life. Hold on. Like, certainly 1 here. They're at 8 life. They can block 2 things. They can block, let's say... They can block... So, like, if I attack with everything, they can block this and one of my ground creatures and take 2, 3, 4, 5. If I pump these 2, they take 2, 4, 6. Yeah, let's just block like this. I think this is lethal. One here. 1 here. 2, 4, 5, 6. Actually, I could have blocked with the ground creatures, huh? Because even if they block here, they take lethal. Just making sure. They block the Moonrise Cleric. They take 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So I could have blocked with the bunnies previously. But everything else flies. This was an insane game to win, by the way. The quality of the cards that they played. Scrap Shooter into DR2 with the Saver. Wow. Like, I feel like playing the Wolverine was a pretty big mistake. I think they, like, my enchantment doesn't do that much anymore because I'm at low life total. I think it was much better for them to just try to race me and use the food as a resource and gain a bunch of life so that I can't just kill them like this. Also, I think attacking with the Moonstone Harbinger 2 turns ago was also a mistake. Like, you just keep that back. You don't want me to try to chip in for damage and try to put me in a situation where I can get a little bit lucky, gain a little bit of life, and then just drain you out. Alrighty, on the draw again. I think this person is a pro, so we're actually playing against a pretty good player. Our hand is great though. Life Creed Duo, just need a 3rd land here to go Life Creed Duo into Moonrise Cleric. They went turn 1 Stormchaser's Talent. Not ideal. They are blue-green into turn 2 3-tree Mascot. Okay, that's not as scary. Alright, so didn't find a land here. Did find Moonrise Cleric number 2 and a hop to it. So all we need to do is find land number 3 and our hand would be totally fine. Looks like a fight spell of some kind. Yeah, Polywallop. That's unfortunate. All right, give us a land here. All right, we did find the land. Do we want to go hop to it here or Moonrise Cleric? I like the Cleric. Like, I don't feel like my life total is in too much jeopardy here. And this does turn on Sonar Strike too, and lets me gain more life off the Sonar Strike. Now, this could be the turn where they play like the Tree Guard duo, which is quite nice. But yep, that's a Tree Guard duo, but they can only attack with the 3/3 mascot here. No blocks. We're at 10. And now what do we do? Thinking some more. All right. I should have kept up a white. That was a mistake. For Crumb and get it. Plume Creed Mentor, okay. All right. Really would like another land, but it is what it is. Why? I need to stop auto-tapping. Plume Creed Mentor on the splash. They can get back Polywallop, which is pretty nice. So got to keep up Scales of Shale, potentially, as a way to fight that. But keeping up 3 mana is kind of a big deal. So, not the easiest thing in the world to do. Happy enough with that trade. They have 2 mana available. I wanted to just gain a bunch of life. If they want to Polywallop my Moonrise Cleric and that's their play for the turn, that's fine. Okay. I see. They're playing for the long game here. Let's attack. And then what do we want to do? Polywallop does work on that thing. Do we let that happen? No, the thing is they're going to pass. We'll do this. Keen Eye Curator. Okay. Alright, drawing the land was not bad, as we get to kill the Keen Eye Curator now. Does this have reach? It does not. Yep. Oh, was that a mistake? No, that's not a mistake. I mean, I can just kill this Keen Eye Curator at any time. The question is it worth it to cast Consumed by Greed to get back my Life Creed Duo? Like, is Life Creed Duo better or worse than a card? I think I want Life Creed Duo. It just works pretty nicely with the rest of what my deck's trying to do. We'll note that the Storm Chaser's talent at 6 is highly, highly problematic. I want to keep my Moonrise Cleric alive and just keep trying to put pressure on them. Yeah, that doesn't matter. They get to get another Otter, though, so that's kind of annoying. Alrighty. I'm going to Stargaze for 3, I think, because I do want to play this Life Creed duo, I think. Let's go 1, 2, 3. And then let's attack. Attack. The duo. I just think it's pretty unlikely that they drew like 3 spells. So that's kind of what I'm going with here. Did they gift me a card? No, it's stunned. No, they did gift me a card. Okay. So I have 8 mana available. So I think it's Moonrise Cleric plus Starseer Mentor. What you got? They took 3. Wow. We're at 7 life. We have Intrepid Rabbit, which can allow my Moonrise Cleric to attack through. There's a Whiskervale Forerunner. Do they have something to go with that? Bushy Bodyguard with a Forage. Okay, that's not too bad. That is honestly not too bad. Okay, so they got a 4-3. Oh, and we hit a Thoughtstalker Warlock. That's amazing. I might as well just play it now, because they have 1 card in hand. What you got? All right. And then we have access to the Intrepid Rabbit. Now the question is, what do I do? If I double pump the Moonrise Cleric an attack with everything, they have to block the Moonrise Cleric. How else does this work? What if I pump the Life Creed duo once? Okay, never mind. Okay. Okay, we figured it out. We figured it out. We had a nice combination of draws, and we beat a very, very good Magic player. All right. 2-1 with our black-white deck, running into either really good players or really good decks. Can we at least go first? Alrighty, 2-1, and on the draw once again. Got the Life Creed duo, though. Turn 1, Bone Cash Money Overseer for the opponent. We have turn 2, Life Creed duo, turn 3, Moonrise Cleric. Alright, nothing for on turn 2 for them. Let's hope they don't have a Saver. Okay, that's good. Maybe Daggerfang duo, sure. What do they hit? Oh, Rottenmouth Viper. Well, I sure hope they don't get that one back. All right, our hand is pretty average. The problem is there's no interaction. We don't have any of our signpost cards. Would love to draw either the rare that makes bats, that lets us draw cards, or I would love to draw Star Charter. Any of those would work. What the splashed Dower Report Mage off the 3-tree mascot? Sadness. Well, I will play Moonstone Harbinger. I actually, the reason why I paused there is I actually thought that this was a second Glide Dive duo. And I'm so much happier that it was a Moonstone Harbinger. I thought this was a Glide Dive duo. They look kind of similar. All right, 2 cards in hand for the opponent. What do you have? Corpseberry Cultivator. So they just have no actual way to fill up their yard right now, which is good for us. They might be interested in bouncing Daggerfang Duo, fill up their graveyard so that they can forge and draw cards and all that stuff. But they don't really have a great attack here, honestly, outside of attacking me with the Daggerfang Duo. The next turn we slam Glide Dive Duo and hit them for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Looks like a removal spell here. Okay, so they do have a Saver. Sure. But we still get the life gain from the Moonrise Cleric. This is interesting. Like, if you don't have any recursion, like, you want to keep that Rottenmouth Viper, yeah. All right, so they made a 3/4 Cultivator. I will take 3. You definitely attack with the duo here. There is no question about it. I am not blocking. All right. Interesting. Starscape Cleric versus Glide Dive Duo is also really, really interesting. So I go up to 17 life. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I just don't see a world where they can kill me. So I think this deals more damage. And then next turn I'm a little bit wider. So I'm going to go for this. I can't block next turn, but I get to gain a life. And they get to take a bunch of damage. All my stuff gets pumped. They're at 6 life, and then I go Glide Dive Duo. So, you know, kill me if you can. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Overprotect is 13. Another counter here is 14. So it's like double Overprotect. If they kill any one of my flyers, I'm still fine, right? If this is a lethal attack by itself, if they play a reach creature, I'm also fine. Well, I did ask for my signpost cards, and I got them. This is what makes Black-White special, when you can get all of these uncommons to go with all the commons that gain you life. Otherwise, it's not that strong. Believe me. I've had Black-White decks where you just don't quite get there on all the synergy cards, and then your deck that feels not that powerful. But when you do have, we have the quad Moonrise Clerics to go with the Life Creed Duo and all these other things, we're looking okay. Okay? I mean, they needed to draw like 2 things here. I mean, they certainly could have drawn it. They should attack with everything. Well, other than the Bone Cache, maybe. Alright, the Dowerport Mage can also be used, I guess. The thing is, I have Indestructible on Scales of Shale too, so it's like a question of what they want, what their last card is. Wow, they did draw a Reach card! Wow! That's pretty sick. Just play the Bone Cache Overseer, and then I think this is lethal. So I just need to play Glide Dive Duo, and that's going to put them down to 2, right? Yeah. They all have Death Touch too? Alright! Synergy's getting it done. This feels way better than my other Black-White deck. Not the last draft, but the one where I had Zoraline. Like, Zoraline was just like, it tried its best to save us. But this collection of cards, it just felt like this time around, this color combination was super open, and we just identified that this was where we needed to be, and we got there. All right, we are on the play this time. I am keeping this hand. All right, we need just a one land here, but this is like the hand that you dream about. We have turn 2 Life Creed Duo into turn 3 Essence Channeler. Oh my gosh. Excitements abound. Our opponent went turn 1 Paw Patch Recruit. Okay, we drew the land. We drew the land. Ladies and gentlemen, we drew the land. Do not kill my Life Creed Duo. I am not blocking your Paw Patch Recruit. What the? We gotta hit them with the nice, right? Turn 1 Paw Patch recruited the turn 2 Tender Wild Guide? Really? Alright, Hop to It was actually a sick draw. This attack makes me think they don't want me to block. We'll see. But they just went rare. I guess we played a rare of ourself. Wait, why did... Okay, whatever. That was interesting. I gotta do Hop to It, right? I gotta Hop to It. This is gonna make this thing gigantic. Yes! Yes! Attack you! Good thing I played the Hop to It in my deck. Now I'll block. Now I will block your Paw Patch Recruit. And if you kill my Essence Channeler, well... I got 4+1/+1 counters here. Ready to go on a nice, delicious Life Creed Duo. I will block. I do not care at all about my bunny rabbits. They are ready to be sacrificed. Force them to use the trick here that they've been clearly representing. Oh, yeah, I'm glad they used that instead of killing my Life Creed Duo, to be honest. It's funny that they get their mana back. This is a target attacking, blocking, or tapped. Okay. I like the body on the Waxbane Witness, and then I'm gonna just do this. If they triple block, I'm okay with that. Alright. We're at 21 life. What can they do? I have a 7/6 Essence Channeler. I am snap blocking this Paw Patch Recruit. I took 5. Bushy Bodyguard. Not much. Whew, okay. After their incredible start, I was like really concerned, but now I'm feeling okay about this. Yeah. All right. I'm glad we took that Essence Channeler. Let's go. Okay, sitting at 4-1 with a really smooth black-white deck here. We drew it again. Okay, on the draw. Have we been on the draw every single game? Maybe the last one we were on the play, actually. No, yeah. I think maybe we were on the play the last one. Okay, we drew the land here, though. So we do have turn 2 Life Creed Duo into Essence Channeler into Hop to It. Very strong. Double Forest. Let's play the Duo. Triple Forest. Little Sticky Tongue, maybe? Scrap Shooter. It's a 4/4 reach creature. That's quite strong. No attacks. God, I wish I had a Crumb and Get It. It looks like a fight spell of some sort. Yep. Oh well. The dream is over. I could try to use my Scales of Shale to attack through the Scrap Shooter, but I think I'd rather just keep adding to my board and just play Hop to it. Also, they have 2 green up. I don't know. There's like a small chance they have like Overprotect or something. And then I just lose out on my entire turn. Alright, they're playing green-white. Probably going to play something here. Maybe a Rush Shield Rampager. Alright, Thistle down players. Okay. Alright, drew a bunch of lands here. So we had an excellent start, but my opponent being able to kill my Essence Channeler was huge. And now we're just kind of out of gas. We're going to have to rely on some of the synergy cards once again in our deck to get us out of this. I do not care about my rabbits. If they have a high stride, they have a high stride. Okay. Alright, we got the reach creature out of the way, and we have a bunch of flyers, and that is our route to victory. Now, that enchantment, just any synergy bat here would be awesome. Another Glide Dive duo. I would not appreciate Stargaze, but we're at 32 life to their 15, so don't really care about them just trying to beat us down here. Like, yeah, they're going to hit us for 4. Oh, another Plains. That means they're very likely to play another Rabbit here. Yep. Okay. It's good. I mean, they have a very good green-white deck. Minus the Thistledown players, I guess. But they get to draw a card here, so... Yeah, I feel like if I don't find a big card here, I'm still in trouble. Most likely. Swamp was an absolutely horrendous draw. Drew 8 lands. Them's the beats. Now I'll take the Stargaze. Like a removal spell would have been fine. Just anything, really. And they gained a life here, so... The thing is, I mean, technically, if they have no removal, we can outrace this, right? But they didn't activate the Worn Elder, which is problematic because that means they're going to play something big here. And then probably sack the Carrot Cake too. Jackdaw Savior. They get a 2-drop back? Is it a 2-drop creature? Okay. Alright, Glide Dive Duo. I mean, I'm just attacking with everything. They don't have any 2s. If they have a trick, they have a trick. They're going to trade with the duo, go to 2. Then with the Carrot Cake puts them at... What? Oh, they must have a Sonar Strike for the Glide Dive duo. I mean, it doesn't really matter. At least they didn't have a bat in play. Alright. Well, we did get the removal spell. So they were able to deal with 2 flyers there, which was really, really strong. And now they're going to sack the Carrot Cake, go to 7. Intrepid Rabbit. Oh, geez. Okay. So, and they're going to draw a card. So they just have like, literally like a week 1 green-white Rabbits deck. I have yet to draw a draft, like a really great Rabbits deck. And now it just feels kind of too late, but whatever. So what do we take here? 8 damage? 9 damage? 10 damage. 11 damage. Might as well sack the Carrot Cake. You're going to do it anyways. So our opponent's sequencing very beautifully here. I think we just die on the attack next turn. Because they have Worn Elder. So let's see here. 11, I go to 15. and then 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I mean, I gotta just take it, but man, why you gotta do me like this, deck? So what happens if I leave one blocker back? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So let's say I block the biggest creature. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage. Did I use my Scales of Shale? I did. Do I have another Glide Dive Duo? I don't. I have a Consumed by Greed, but I don't have another black source. I'm trying to figure out what my best out is here. If I draw the 2/1 bat, that's really good. So I put him to 5, then to 3, and then I kill them. Alright, I'm going to attack with Moonrise Cleric then. It gains me a life as well. What if I block this? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 damage. So I can actually block a 1/1 rabbit here. If they have rabbit response, they have rabbit response. Right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. They always have rabbit response, by the way. Yeah. Okay, well, yeah. Sometimes you get rabbited out. Some people would be absurdly tilted about that, but hey, that is the nature of the format. We don't have that much removal, and they went wide. We did our thing, and our opponent did their thing, and they had a better combination of cards in that particular game. The really big turn was when they had Jackdaw Savior plus Sonar Strike. Otherwise, we had a pretty realistic chance to race what they had. All right. Come on! Did we lose every die roll? All right, we're on the draw again. Our hand is good, though. We have a turn 2 play, even if we don't have a creature. We have this Sonar Strike. Tapped creature. So I can kill this Tender Wild Guide no matter what. I wonder if they're going to attack. Or pump. Okay, that's good. I'm glad I got that off the board at least. Alright, let's hop to it. Play a rabbit next turn. Maybe we can get some attacks in, depending on what they play. Corpseberry Cultivator. They can crack the Heaped Harvest to turn it into a 3/4. And if they do, well, I can't really attack. I'll still play the rabbit just to establish a wide board, but... Oh, that's probably better. Yeah. I'm just going to play the Harbinger now then. Happy enough trading with the Cultivator if that's a thing that I have to do. Especially after they foraged. Looks like they have a removal spell. Polywallop. Nocturnal Hunger. Okay. Well, if they attack me, that's fine. They have 3 cards in the yard. Wow. Okay. So this is going to be a 4/5 and a 3/4. Okay. Oh, nice start. Not too much I can do here. I go to 16. And then now we'll play Glide Dive Duo. And then might have to just run some kind of blocks here just to, like, deal with these cultivators. I do have the Stargaze to kind of stabilize in the late game. It's kind of devastating if they have something. Oh, geez, okay. Well, they're not going to attack with that cultivator at least. So we will take 4 again. So they just had like 2 removal spells and, you know, a couple of cultivators, and it's, you know, not gonna lie, pretty annoying. Don't do it. Okay, that's fine. Well, I'm glad I got that out of the way, and I'm actually just going to play this rabbit here because I plan on stargazing, and I just want to have a 3/2 in play just to block. Like, I just want to deal with their board, right? Okay, well this is a great block for me, so let's do that. All right, let's do this for 5. I get to choose 5 cards to keep. I like that. 1. 2, 3. Maybe this one? 4. And then Moonrise Cleric or Waxwane Witness? I'm gonna go with Moonrise Cleric. No attacks. Baker's Bane Duo, sure. I think I'm gonna go for like the YOLO triple block here. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. All right. YOLO triple block has been done. All right. We're doing all the things. We are doing all the things. Stargaze was absolutely incredible there. Bonebind Order from the opponent. And what do I do now? I guess this can't really attack unless I use Consumed by Greed. So I'm just not going to attack with the Valley Rockcaller for now. And just do this. Then I can attack like this. They can do that, get back a Corpseberry Cultivator, which isn't all that exciting anyways. They can maybe go to 12, but next turn I'm attacking them for a lot. The Valley Rockcaller drains them for 4. So yeah, they get to get back a Cultivator. I get to use Consumed by Greed. Get back, whew, I don't even know. They're so dead. Yeah. All right. That was a nice game. That was a nice game. This deck just has, it's just so synergistic. So synergistic. And I will say, remember when we took that Life Creed duo? I think it was over Sonar Strike. No regrets about that one. All right, 5-1, opponent on the play. Of course, like at this point, why even assume that we might go first? Okay, we have in okay hand on the draw. Obviously, the Starscape Cleric is not as good, just because if they have an aggressive start, like if we play against a Lizard deck, this doesn't look as great. There's no way I mulligan this hand, 3 lands with a bunch of spells, but you know, obviously this is the type of hand that's amazing on the play. Turn 2 Cleric, turn 3 Starscape Cleric into turn 3 Moonrise Cleric into Intrepid Rabbit is a great start. But if my opponent goes like turn 1 Ravine Raider, turn 2 whatever, then we might not be able to outrace them. Let's keep. Okay, what did I say? What did I say? That's not cool. Okay, at least it's just another Ravine Raider. The second Ravine Raider is, like, not that bad. It like, a 2-drop would have been worse, right? It is still kind of funny, I will say. No, activate, come on. Oh, no land? Wait, no land, no activate? Is bizarre. This is a saver? No. What the hell is this? It's gotta be saver, right? Yeah. Yeah, they just like taking damage for no reason. I love it. Like, yeah, just cast the saver. Like, what do you... I don't understand. Sure. Consumed by Greed. This is just not even that threatening right now. I'd rather have the Moonrise Cleric and be able to go Moonrise Cleric into Starseer Mentor as soon as possible. They need a land, so they're going to take that forest for sure. Okay. All right, we're doing our thing. Trigger. Scales of Shale is also incredible. Is this a bat? Whew. Wait, no, I thought this is a lizard. Just kidding. Ravine Raider, a lot more scary in black-red. Okay, Fekon green shell is ridiculous. Oh, come on. All right, this is kind of janky. What do I do? Ugh. I mean, I just gotta go for it here and hope that they just mess up. Okay, they didn't mess up. I went with the one rabbit so that I can Scales of Shale and kill the green shell. I don't know if that was right. I mean, they're at 9 life. Why? This thing has reach? It's like unreasonable. You know what I mean? Too bad this doesn't count rabbits. I'm just gonna do this to just try to push through some damage while also still getting a trigger here off the Starseer Mentor. Actually? Yeah, sure. What you got? Should probably discard. Alright. This counts bats, lizards, squirrels. So it drains them for 3, putting them at 3. And it's got menace. They do have this food to gain life with. They have 1 reach creature that can block and kill Moonrise Cleric. They can also block this and have it bounce. And this is 2 damage. And then this is an additional 3 damage. So that puts them at effectively 1. But with the food, they're at 4. And then they can block all 4 of these with these 4 creatures, and then I have the Raw Caller, so... I mean, it's an interesting spot. Definitely an interesting spot. I would love to draw... Like, I don't have that much removal, though, for the green shell, which is the problem. The Death Touch Bat would be very nice, because it would give my attacking bats Death Touch. Hivespine Wolverine doesn't do a whole lot. They can eat my token, which is what I imagine they're going to do. Although now that they did that, they can't sack the food. Wait, they put a counter there. I don't care about that either. What is this attack? Okay, let's think here. So their best blocks are Green Shell on Starseer Mentor. Moonrise Cleric gets in. This counts other squirrels, bats, lizards, and rats. So it only drains them for 2. So this hits them for 2, this hits them for 2. That puts them down to 2. This blocks here. And then they have 5 blockers, so I can get them down to 1. And how much do I gain? I gain 3 life. Go to 13. This eats this. Can they attack me back for lethal? Yeah, I really don't know what to do here. Is it just attack with Valley Rockcaller? And get the drain? It's a little bit rough. But I don't want to just throw my Moonrise Cleric away, that's the thing. Oh, wow, they block like that? Okay. Why didn't they just block with two big things? I'm going to actually play my land here because I have Stargaze. They discarded their Cultivator. Wow. Okay. That would have drawn them a card. That's insane. I would have sacked like Ravine Raider. Right? And play this instead, draw a card, forage, like, that seems wild to me. Now I can attack with Moonrise Cleric to get another trigger. It's not that good though, because they just sack like random dorks. What the hell was that top deck? Are you kidding me? Okay, I just need to find a way to kill this green shell, and then I can attack for the win. They attack me? Okay, so let's see. This blocks here. They take 2, they go to 2, and then I have 4 other attackers. 4 other attackers. I'll take it. All right, let's draw something sweet. How about a land? Come on. What a game. They have a Fecund Green Shell and a Ygra. Yep. I don't think we're winning this game. Holy cow. We've run into some sick stuff. I just wanted a removal spell. You know what I mean? Oh, wow. They get to... I get the gift no matter what, right? What a good draw. Holy cow. Sure. Sure. They just have just 3 rares. You know. And they have like 2, like a reach creature. They have 3 reach creatures. Like, how am I ever winning this game now? They played a reach creature that killed my biggest thing. And then they also have the Moonstone Harbinger. Alright. Them's the beats. It took look, considering we were on the draw every single game, and we played some amazing decks, and losing to a deck with Fecund, Green Shell, Ygra, and Scrap Shooter with Ygra in play, like, we tried. We put ourselves in pretty decent position. And all things considered, going 5 wins, totally respectable, right? You can't ever expect to have, like, trophy with every single deck. I thought this was an extremely solid deck. We had all the synergies, quad Moonrise Cleric. This was just a really good combination. Some interaction could have certainly used like 1 or 2 more removal spells. I always talked about how black-white you get too many, but we just didn't have enough. So, had we been able to use a well-timed removal spell on a reach creature, we would have been able to maybe force through enough damage for the win. Excuse me, but still ended up with 5 wins with a deck that was mostly commons and uncommons. The Essence Channeler was awesome with the Life Creed Duo. Love that. Valley Rockcaller, I wish I got to use a little bit more. We got really close to killing them in that previous turn. The problem is you drain them where X is the number of other squirrels, so it doesn't count itself. If it counted itself, I think I had lethal. But because I didn't, I think I would have been able to put them down to 1. So that's unfortunate, but I do think this card's still pretty sweet. And overall, I just like this deck a lot. We have a lot of good uncommons. The Harbinger, the Warlock, the Essence Channeler, the Starscape Cleric, the Charter with the Mentor. We had a lot of the good cards that we needed, but we just ran into some really good stuff. And, sometimes it is what it is. We've got 5 wins. Hopefully we can turn things around in the next draft and pick up a trophy. But 5-3 is still good. Profitable in gems. Really like the deck. Really like the way that the deck played out. And hopefully we can come back tomorrow a little bit stronger. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed all of this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Discord is the best way to do so. That's my Patreon rather, patreon.com/paulcheon. And finally, this video is brought to you by tcgplayer.com. If you want to pick up any TCG singles or sealed product, make sure you go to tcgplayer.com, click that affiliate link in the description below. And last but not least, check out heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order on premium Magic the Gathering supplies, deck boxes, sleeves, accessories, you name it, they got it. Make sure you check them out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.